Alright, good morning, guys. I think we have 8 minutes to the opening bell here. Honey Bills, what's going on? Good morning. So unless we have a dramatic change in price action here, I am bullish this morning. That's what I'm favoring. So we'll be tapering here, and we'll see if it gives us an opportunity or not. Seven minutes to the opening bell. If you guys watch my live streams, you know I'm not considering anything until after the opening bell. And then these lines right here, these two thin lines, not the thick ones. Here, I'll make this one larger. So these two thin lines, it's just yesterday's closing, yesterday's close, and then the true day open here. So unless we get below, unless we displace below this new day opening gap, I am bullish. So I'm gonna take this off because it's too much stuff. And then what I'm looking at is these highs and this right here. Good morning, Madcats. Morning. Trading your full-time job. Yes, full-time trader here. And also, it's probably important to know, I tried to get a pre-market scalp, so I longed the high end of this daily level here, right at this inefficiency. I went long there. It went the whole way up here. My take profit was right about here, and then it came back to break even. So I'll show you that right now. So I went long here. I had initial open profit up here, and it came back down and stopped at a break even. This is through trade of 8. So we're gonna see what the 9:30 opening gives us here. Let's see how it acts once it gets into this inefficiency right here. I'm gonna take a look at NAS. Let's see, what time is it? Alright, 4 more minutes. So NASDAQ took out the highs here. And let's go to the weekly. It did just nick right above this. No, it did not get to that high yet, so that's what I'll be monitoring. There we go. Alright. So we are going to be opening with a significant regular trading hour gap. So we're going to be opening like about here, and then yesterday's close. So somewhat of a significant gap. And let's take our dealing range. Just flipping through the time frames here, looking at just reading price until the opening. One more minute to the opening. Let's see if it gives us the entry or if it just pumps up right at the opening, which is potentially what might be happening here. Never taken any entries right before the 9:30 opening because that's just too risky. Like, there is some openings where it'll just shoot straight up or straight down, but more times than not, it's gonna whipsaw, and you'll fall victim to the Judah swing 9:30. All right, so 9:30 opening. You can see we have a very large regular trading hour gap, so it's probably gonna want to at least fill halfway of it. So you can see it doing that now. Okay, so anyone buying right here is taken out. We're back to the old Sunday opening, Friday close, new week opening gap. So if we take our dealing range from, this is the London low to the high we've made, you can see we're trading into discount. See if we can get a reaction once more. Off the order block. So we are now at a discount. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ sell side taken as well for anyone chasing price higher, which there probably was a lot of that happening. We've just traded into discount order block on the NASDAQ. I've been liking NASDAQ more lately. So NASDAQ potentially might draw down into here. So just monitor that. Along with this 15-minute as well, obviously. Okay, so sell side taken. That's what we want to see. Sell side taken right here. Or was it taken? Yep, just nicks right below that. So as we've been going higher, 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 people chasing price, trying to get in on the move, taken out. And we're now at a discount right here. So in my opinion, it seems like this may be the Judah swing lower, and then see if we can find something to get long. If not, obviously I'll have a further analysis and see if I can adapt to the new order flow. You don't have to be right to be profitable. So fib projections would take us back up to the current new week opening gap high, the -1 standard deviation. And then as for the highs, I was monitoring pre-market. This will be yesterday's London session highs right here. They were nicked above just a little bit, but I want to see that traded through more. That little nick isn't really that convincing right there. No, sir. And then I can also put, this will be, for me, this is the last line of defense for going higher, this right here. Last line of defense. Notice how we got above this, so this teal right here, this is a daily inefficiency. Notice how we got above the high of it. So when we get above the high of it here, that invites liquidity for people to go long. And then as you can see, whoever did that got taken out. So right here, you want to see it find support. And if not, we may be looking at a potential reversal here. So let's go. So if you take, wrong candle. Boom, there we go. And then also keep in mind that we have a holiday coming, holiday weekend, so the markets can get a little wild sometimes whenever we're heading into a holiday weekend. And then let's go to NASDAQ. So the discount rate I was looking at was delivered right there. And then if we don't show any support here, I would say the draw would be these lows right here, and then into this explosive move after the market yesterday. But yeah, it's always tricky whenever they leave highs intact. You know, the double top, quote unquote, whatever. It's always tricky when they leave highs intact. It's hard for me to trust going short whenever they do that. So like right here, they kind of left these intact. So we're at the low of that discount inefficiency. So yeah, definitely a tricky morning so far here. But we got to give it time. I mean, it's not even 10 o'clock yet, so. And that's whenever a lot of the good entries take place anyway. So if we're taking our entire dealing range, you can see we dipped slightly into the overall dealing range discount. And then that regular trading hour gap, more than halfway of it closed in. So before the opening, I was saying we may want to do that. So you see that? About midpoint of that gap there. So we're finding some support. That doesn't mean anything to me yet. And yes, obviously I'm looking at this and these lows, but we have a higher time frame target we're looking at, so it may not need to come for that. So you can see we're aggressively wicking off there. So if it comes back up here, and that may look like a retracement for a short for someone else, but even if it does pan out, it's just hard for me to trust shorts within the with the market where we have right now. So, because if you look back, you can see previous week's low was already taken. You see we wicked off. Siri keeps popping up. And then we aggressively traded higher, and then we made a low in London, traded higher, and then we left these highs intact. So that it's very hard for me to trust shorts when we have something like that. So even if it does pan out, like, I'm fine with that because that doesn't mean I'm not going to take a trade at all. So, and you can't lose any money if you don't trade, right? So ideally, you want to wait. What time is it? 9:44. You want to wait for this time window right here. 9:50 to. So yeah, I just don't see any reason for it to want to go lower. But if it does, I won't be in the marketplace. So. DXY obviously going higher. So whenever they're moving, so 9:30 obviously it went higher. Buy side cleared. You can see that. So DXY is not going to be too much of a help here today. Long term, I think we'll eventually reach up here, but you can see technically we're still in an overall consolidation if you look at the weekly. Alright. Nothing too crazy going on here. Obviously, with higher time frame narrative and everything else was in line, that would be a short for me. It looks like a good short, but once again, I'm not going for any shorts this morning. So if we will be going to the upside, see this breaker here. You can see it's showing respect to it right now. But for the long side, you don't want to see that. So yeah, more of a tricky morning here. In my opinion, it's kind of 50-50 right now. Obviously, that wasn't the case yesterday. If you saw my stream yesterday, we caught a nice trade there. But for now, I'd say it's better just to wait. NASDAQ not really showing respect to our discount array. So once again, if we get below this right here and we don't show support to it, this order block here, then I can reasonably expect us to go below these lows here, the London lows, and then down into this inefficiency. So entering the macro now, 950. So for ES, on a normal day, I would have said this is a high probability short. Like, it looks like one. So if you come back in hindsight, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's a great short. But if we're looking at the daily time frame and higher time frame narrative, and you're looking for something to target, I mean, there's really nothing down here. Like, this is all efficient price swings. We made a low at London, traded higher, barely got above these highs, just small little tiny wick. So although in hindsight this could look like a nice short, that's just too much of a 50-50 risk in my opinion. Bring that. So we did just make a new low into a lower discount array. So this is really the last line of defense here. Nothing more, nothing less. Take a look at Dow. Even though Dow hasn't been moving in sync, overall you can see we're just in a consolidation. So sell side was cleared on Dow as well. See that? So yeah, nothing really. Even though this looks like a good sell, there's nothing this morning that told me this is a high probability buy or this is a high probability sell. There's nothing that told me that. So we just got to continue to wait. DXY buy side was cleared. Obviously on the daily we've been very bullish. on DXY, but that hasn't really stopped ES from going higher here. Obviously now we're going lower. So if you take a look at this range, obviously this is not ideal conditions we want to trade in. Boom, 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 boom. But if you watch my live streams, you can see we still find nice intraday trades day in, day out. Maybe not today though. We'll have to see. Maybe seek and destroy day. You never know, especially whenever we're about to go into a holiday weekend. Sometimes some weird stuff goes on. So if we take this here, you can see we wicked off of the midpoint twice now. So unless we get back below it and close below the midpoint here, then my eyes would automatically go to this low. And then there's nothing really we can target down here, honestly. And I would say this low, but this low is what swept previous week's low. So we're entering the macro now. They might use this to want to come against those who went short. And then if we go back, refer back to that regular trading hour gap, once again you can see we went relatively to the midpoint of it. But yeah, definitely be careful this morning. It would be great if you can move your camera screen to the right side. This will allow us to see which chart and time frame you're looking at. I think it says a time frame right here. Can you see that? Let me see. Yeah, right here. This is E-mini S&P right here as well. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I should move it to the right. So I'm gonna move this down here. Yeah. So like I said, I think it might be coming for this here. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Those who have been in the market slot, they can just look here and see that this is ES. So then I need to look at NASDAQ anyways. So if we go to NASDAQ, you can see it has more numbers. So numerals. So NASDAQ made a lower low here, and ES failed to make a. I think it failed. So let's see. The low comes in at 4139.25 in this. So they're exactly equal, these lows right here. And then Dow has already taken out that high. So Dow is the leader to the upside right now. Let's see if the other averages want to catch up with that. And that, so yeah, so time frame is here as well. Come on, algorithm. Give me something to trade off of. Nope, I'm good. So once again, we wicked off that aggressively twice. Sell stop's taken here. once again, I'm not trying to short this because there's nothing I can target reasonably here. Because you can see at London, we took the stops here, worked this wick, traded higher, came up, and matched these highs here. So I just can't go short on that. I really am waiting for a long entry on NASDAQ, expecting it to take Monday's high today, preferably. Okay, yeah, NASDAQ. I was thinking ES for a second. I was like, I don't know if I'd be aiming for that much on ES because Monday's high is the whole way up here, and then we're here. But NASDAQ, yeah, I agree. If you take a look at NAS, the whole way up here, you see we wicked off that order block. I don't know why my Siri keeps popping up, but it's annoying. So very, very inefficient 9:30 opening due to swing down here. So I think it's going to come and draw back into this, obviously. So it looks like we're going for that high I was mentioning right here. Not surprised by that at all. Beautiful. And then for upside, I wanna see it really rush above this breaker right here. And then we're also within that macro, like I said. What time is it now? 10:01. So anyone that chased this initial opening move lower, maybe they got short here, they were just taken out. Not too much surprise. So boom, I can get long right there, and now we just submit to it. And I'm only going for this inefficiency right here. I'm just going for small scalps because on days where it's hard to trust something, like it's just better just to go for the lowest hanging fruit possible. Because I mean, in reality, these markets they do not owe you anything at all. And sometimes you just got to get what you can get and get out and go enjoy your day. Because like if you're sitting there with like a bunch of open profit and you're not taking your profit, you're like, oh well, I can get more. Oh, it's almost up to that 1,000 mark, and then it comes the whole way back down. It takes you out when you could have had $500, and that's $500 that you didn't have before. So I think a lot of people are just too entitled when it comes to trading. You are long. Well, I can say the same. So I really want to use I really want to use I really wanted to use 2 contracts here, but in these market environments, I feel more comfortable using the lowest leverage. So it works for me, and that's all I need. And I'm grateful for what I can get out of these markets, because these are not easy markets right now at all. At least compared to last year, 2022, 2021, they're much cleaner in my opinion. So 10 o'clock wants to push above that high. Looks like we are now. So we did on the NASDAQ. That's a good sign. Dow, relative strength leader. You can see how much we've pushed up on Dow. So just waiting for ES to follow suit. It's better to have a bird in your hand than 10 in the air. Yes, sir. Singles until you have enough fat in the trading account to justify doubles. Yeah, for sure. So NASDAQ made that higher high, pushed above that, and kind of rejected off. Obviously, I don't want to see that if I'm in a long, but we'll see what happens here. So I want to see these 2 averages really catch up with the Dow, but so Dow repriced that inefficiency. Okay, so there's a stop loss. I believe that, yeah, so it was like 0.28% risk, so I'm not really worried about that. It's a very small loss. Reprice to the order block here. I just bet all my life savings on this long move. Fingers crossed. I believe in you, GK. That's why I bet so heavily. Man. All right. So institutional order flow entry door right here at the 15-minute. You can see that. NASDAQ, same thing. So let's go to Dow. Dow came the whole way back up to 930 opening. You see that? And is now trading lower. So yeah, we may be potentially looking at going lower. Load these lows obviously first. Respected the breaker that I was talking about. Respected the high of the daily inefficiency right here. Which is what you didn't want to see if you're looking to go long. So now I'm not looking to go long, obviously. Partials bay 100% of the time, yes sir. Unless you don't even get the initial rally that offers you a partial opportunity. How many screens am I using? Just one. Just one laptop. That's all I need. I don't need all this fancy shit that everyone else uses and whatnot. Yeah, NASDAQ institutional order flow entry drill. You can see that there. I believe it should go below this low now. There was a SMT divergence. So if you go back, you see this high wasn't taken out where it was on NASDAQ. Siri keeps popping up there. So we may want to reprice down to the low of the regular trading hour gap. So I'll have that denoted right here. So if we can continue to the downside, that'll be the two targets. This low and the regular trading hour gap low. So back into this volume imbalance right here. Let me take this off now. So yeah, I think the thing that messed me up the most this morning was the fact that NASDAQ fell short of our higher time frame level, this high right here. So it was kind of hard for me to trust shorting. And then right now we're really just consolidating. You can see that. And then for the long side, I wanted to get a scalp right here. And I wanted it to dip into this initial 930 inefficiency, but obviously we fell short of that. So, I don't like how slow this price action is here. But it looks like NASDAQ is looking bearish for now. Obviously these lows were taken out now. So anyone that was buying that, thinking that was the bottom, they got taken out. So yeah, definitely a pretty not ideal morning here. Even though this looks clean here, yeah. I definitely wouldn't put your life savings on this price action here. So we're gonna displace below this low now. As you can see, I marked out inefficiency there. We're reacting off of that, and this would be the next draw on liquidity right here. So notice we aggressively displaced below the new day opening gap, and then we came back up and touched it, and now we're trading lower off of that. And so now it's going to want to come after this level right here, 4135.50. Okay, so NASDAQ made that low as well. London lows, yes, that is this level right here. Got a PT on NQ. What's a PT? So technically at this point, NASDAQ still is showing respect to this order block here and this inefficiency because it's waking off, and it went past the midpoint a little bit. I think it did. Yeah, it fell short of the midpoint. And then ES just traded into this rejection block. I'll change the color on that. No, not green. Yeah, I'll just make it purple. Oh, profit target, okay. So once again, this level here is just the rejection block we traded into. You definitely want to take partials below rejection blocks. Because sometimes it won't even trade to the low, just go to the rejection block and then trade off. I've seen that happen more times than you can imagine. It was nearing that mean threshold of that order block. That got me looking at this fair value gap as a destination after clearing the same low you were looking at. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not Siri. I said yes, sir. And then this level down here is just this discount here. This discount inefficiency. That happened to me like 10 times this morning. The Siri just pops up. So we still have a whole lot of inefficiency right here. Same with ES. And then we have these highs up here, so we'll wait and see what happens with that. And then you can see this 5-minute order block was traded too. Nice reaction off of that. And then we are nearing that 10:30 hour, which is where I like to see a lot of reversals take place. Not exactly at 10:30, but around that time window. So you see this just back and forth, back and forth. This is not something you want to be pushing any significant amount of leverage in. Definitely not. So we may be having SMT here. 1026, 951. You can see that low is taken out. And then Dow, kind of same thing, just back and forth. You see these highs up here. So if it's gonna come for these highs right here, you want to see it get above this right here and like kind of touch it and then go up. You see now why I said you should take partials at rejection blocks. This purple line right here, that's a rejection block. So rather than taking out the low, it traded into this rejection block right here, which is just the body right here and then the wick. See that? And then once again, Nasdaq, SMT failed to make a lower low. Respected the inefficiency right here twice. And I don't like trading Nasdaq, even though I did on my live stream yesterday, and that was pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go long here. Right at that volume imbalance. Boom. Sell limit will be at these highs. And then sell stop below the order block here. So right in that volume imbalance on what long, the ideal long would be at this order block right here. It can dip below that and come into here once more, but ideally you want to see this stay open and then come up for the highs here. So once again, we have SMT here, SMT divergence. That's just one confluence. It's not why I'm taking the trade. So it's dipping back into here. Order block's the last line of defense. That's why I have my sell stop there. And then if we get stopped out here, that'll end the day. So once you have 2 losses, you just want to get out of the marketplace. And then we'll come back tomorrow and see what else we can get, or see what price gives us. So nice reaction off that order block there. Right here. You see that? That's why my sell stop was below that. And then Nasdaq, you see. So we're aiming for this high and the rest of this inefficiency to fill in. On the hunt again. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. So after today, especially with the choppiness here, I don't know if I'm going to be trading. I think I'm still going to live stream, but I don't know if I'm going to place any trades Friday. Because Thursday and Friday, right before a holiday weekend, usually isn't the time where you want to be pushing trades. So NQ did push above that high. And then this order block, once again, is the 1 hour right here. I want to see it push above this black line, which is the weekly high from a while ago. So obviously the ideal entry in hindsight would have been right here, but I got long right at the volume imbalance here. I could take this off now. So yeah, I'm not surprised by this choppiness at all because it's the holiday. Or we're going into a holiday weekend. And I think that means, yeah, I think we're going to be having a early closure tomorrow then too as well, if I'm not wrong here. And what time is it? It is 10:37. Yep. And then this is a ideal long because we are in a discount, reaching for the premium. It's kind of hard to see because I have too many lines on my chart, but yeah, you get the point. And obviously we have this lower here, but once again we traded the rejection block and we respected this order block, SMT divergence, and we have a reasonable target right up here. Nothing more, nothing less. Sell stops were also taken here and here. Loot Fisk Savage. I'm not sure if you're still in here, but what were you talking about when you said went flat? It is threatening my trailing stop. Nice little run. What was your position? I think you were talking about NASDAQ, right? Finally getting some movement here. There we are. So now I can move my sell stop up. Move it behind this order block here. Oops. Okay. Oh, that was that short I was talking about earlier when price came back against me and hit 13.83, 13.863. Gave up on the 13.844 target. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So this tends to happen a lot. Gets close to my sell limit and it wicks off a little bit. So, the market makers, they like to watch my live streams and mess with me a little bit. So ideally, you want this to stay open. This right here. And if it doesn't stay open, you want to see it wick just a little bit into it and then go higher. And obviously it's not doing that right now, but nonetheless, you just want to see it respect this, all in all. So nice wick rejection off of that. Very close to the sell limit here. Well done. Congrats. US 50 hit already. Good shit, brother. Glad to hear that. Everyone in this chat is the market maker. Man. I thought I knew you guys. I guess I didn't. You guys are out to get me. This could have been a pyramid entry if I was feeling putting on more risk, but nope, I'm good. I'm going to stick to my target and my leverage. I'm good. Alright, whoever the market maker in this chat is, just cut me some slack. Stop wicking off whenever you get close to my sell limit. Just cut me some slack here, please. Then when price broke that, place target at 13916. Patting yourself on the back for that one. Yeah, as you should, man. Always celebrate the small wins and appreciate what you can get. And yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Can you review your trade again, please? So you can see here, I went long in this volume imbalance. I didn't wait for it to come down here, which would have been the ideal long. But so we have sell side taken here. This purple line is a rejection block. Okay, there's a sell limit. So you guys see that executed there. Hold on, Tobias. I'll get back and I'll explain in detail. So this will recap the morning here. So I went long here, tried to get to this a premium array up here, didn't get to it, fell short, came back down to break even. So $0 lost right there. Right here we went short. No, sorry, we went long. lost about 5 handles there, which is not a big deal. And then right here we traded into the rejection block. I'll show you that now. So you see that right there? Oh, there's too much stuff on the chart. Here. See this right here, this rejection block? So it traded into the bodies right here. And then you see how it wicks off. So the body closure right here would be the rejection block. We traded into that discount. And then we showed respect. You see how the bodies are respecting this 15-minute inefficiency. So continuous respect to that. And then 5-minute order block was traded into right here on the 5-minute. Slipped into it a little bit, but it respected the midpoint, so that's all that matters. And then with time of day in mind, we're around that 10:30 hour. Like normally, like some type of reversal happens, whether it's short term or long term. We took the sell side right here, as well as sell side here. We're in a discount. Sell side was taken. Okay. We have a market structure shift above this swing high right here. And then we reprice back down in the volume imbalance and this inefficiency right here. Go long, and you aim for these relatively equal highs, as well as this initial 9:30 inefficiency right here. So I hope that helped. And so just to show you the SMT, the low was not taken out on NASDAQ here. So there's that. Put the executions back up. So if we look here, that is about about 7 handles if we round it. So even though we had a lot of chop, we ended up getting a decent 7-point scalp here. I promise you guys, there is going to be bigger trades coming. I know I've only been like scalping from it's been like 6 to like 12 handles on my live streams these past couple weeks. I promise you, bigger trades are coming, more leverage, but for now, I'm just starting on a fresh TraderVate account. So for now, I'm just looking to use one contract, go for small scalps, and build up from there. So longer term, you want to see this inefficiency right here. You want to see it get above that and come back down, use it as support, and then come for this high right here. So that's what I'm looking at for later on. I'm not going to be trading it though, because I got my trade. $10 handles is respectable. Yeah, I think so too, but you already know there's a lot of guys out there. They're like, oh, well, get your Mickey Mouse 10 handles. And I mean, they're probably not profitable realistically, but there's always someone out there that has a problem with some. So target was hit, this inefficiency right here. Boom. Highs taken. If you went long where I went long, and you use multiple contracts, partial is going to be taken there. and you'll leave a runner on for, in my opinion, you should do the 930 high, but depending on your appetite, you can aim for here. Or let's say you did 3 contracts, you could take a partial here, and leave one on for up here. What happened with the old account, or is this just another new one? Oh, I blew that account, man. No, I'm just kidding. 2 accounts being used right now. This is just a fresh Trade of 8 account. I'm using 2 accounts, and then for each account, I'm just using 1 contract and going for similar scalps to this right here. And I'm looking to build both of those up right in front of you live, and go from there. And eventually I can take bigger trades, a little bit more leverage. I'm not never no matter how much capital you have, you never push too much leverage. That's how you blow your account. Nice trade, thanks. No problem. Appreciate you, Steven. And yeah, you have a great weekend as well. Memorial Day weekend. So if anyone was in my stream here and they copied both of my trades, which I'm totally fine with, I have no issue with making other people money, you would have taken a 5 handle loss right here, and then you would have went long here and caught 7 handles. So we're in profit here. Once again, depending on how big your account is, you could have done multiple contracts where I went long and made way more than me. Well, maybe not way more, but just more. Yes, sir, that's all I can do. I just gotta... I have an issue with liars, especially in this space, because 95% of them lie about, I'm not going to say everything, but just know they lie to you to sell their services and just, I don't know, sell something. Watching all the way from Nepal. Man, that's a long ways. I'm glad to have you here. How do you like it in Nepal? Am I saying it right? Is it Nepal or Nepal? So, by the way, anyone that's in here watching, actually, never mind. I'm going to save that announcement for another live stream. Never mind. I got something coming, though. That's all you got to know. So, I may end the live stream here. I pretty much did everything I needed to do. Caught a nice scalp here. Oh, Nepal. Okay, gotcha. Got a nice scalp into this inefficiency right here above these highs after taking a pretty small loss in my opinion. Yeah, I think I outlined everything. I don't need to go back. This BPR inversion now. Which are you referring to? Are you looking at NASDAQ, I'm assuming? This is ES right now. So NASDAQ still looks like it wants to go to the upside. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, I was like, what's going on my chart there? BPR is balanced price range. So, I'll show you an example right here. Okay, ES. So, this right here, inefficiency, reprices up to it. It's not a BPR yet. It's not a balanced price range yet. It leaves it, comes back up, fills it in. So the entire inefficiency is filled in. And then once it comes up here and leaves it, now this is a balanced price range. So if price returns back down into this inefficiency, you want to see it act as a balanced price range, reject off of it quickly, and not trade through it, or else you'll be looking at lower prices if it does that. So that's the rundown on BPR there. So I do see continuation in the cards here. So let's look at this wick right here. See how it repriced to the midpoint and is now trading off of that. And you're probably thinking, well, what about this wick right here? Well, this wick doesn't matter as much because this wick is what repriced into this inefficiency here. So this one's more important than this one, so I don't care about this wick. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer and see if there's more upside. I'm not trading off of it, obviously. I already got mine, but... So way earlier in the stream, you can see why you take partials at rejection blocks, and you don't always have to aim for the very low. This line right here is a rejection block, and you can see how it wicks off of that multiple times and left it. So what time is it? It's about 11. So whoops. For me personally, for those who watch my streams, you know, right at 11, that ends my hunt for any trades. I'm not... there is clean trades that take place in the 11 o'clock hour, but it's better... It's just not even worth it to put on... Like, more times than not, you're not going to find the cleanest setups from 11 to 12. You can. There is clean setups sometimes. But for me, anything past 11... I'm not going to consider, and I'll just wait for the PM session. So I always put a divider right here at 11. That usually ends my morning. 8:30 to 11 is my time window. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. Nope, not you. Nope, not you. Let me delete that. There we go. Okay, guys. This will end the live stream right here. And I should see you tomorrow morning. No, I will see you tomorrow morning. I'll be live streaming tomorrow morning. I'm going to check the economic calendar quick. Okay, so tomorrow we have 8:30 news. So I'll be live streaming around, I'll say 8:45. All right, yep. See you guys at 8:45. Bye.